Hi guys, so this video is on solving quadratic word problems. This is what we're going to be doing in class today, and it's super important video so that you have the notes and you're ready for class. So there's two things we want to go over is the perimeter and area when we're talking about a rectangle. So the area is when we multiply the length and the width. This is multiplication. And perimeter is addition. This is when I take all four sides. So if I'm calling this the length and this the width, perimeter is the length plus the other length, because remember their opposite sides are the same, and the width plus the width. All right, so we are adding four sides for the perimeter, and for the area, we are only multiplying the two. All right, so let's quickly review some math sentences. Half of a number, I could write that as 1/2 a number x, or some unknown, or I can write that as x divided by 2. 60 more than a number. More than means addition. So 60 more than a number. A number if doubled. What does doubled mean? Doubled means times 2. So a number doubled is 2x. A number decreased by 10. Decreased means subtraction. So some number decreased by 10. All right, so let's get to our equations. So a landscaper is creating a rectangle flower bed such that the width is half of the length. So rectangle, the width is half of the length. The area of the flower bed is 34, and we're supposed to write an equation. So whenever I see problems like this, I like to make a sketch. All right, so let's say this is our length and this is our width. Does not matter which one is which, by the way. All right, we know based off the given information that the area is equal to 34. So area equals the length times the width. And we know that the area is 34. All right, they tell me the width is half of the length. So do I know what the length is? No, so I'm going to call that x, which means the width means equal to half of the length. So if I don't know what the length is, my width is equal to 1/2 x. So I'm going to replace those now. So my length, we didn't know, was x, and my width was 1/2 x. All right, and all it said was to write an equation, so I can go ahead and just leave it like that. We'll get to solving it in a minute. All right, let's take a look at this next one. A rectangular garden measures 12 meters by 16 meters, and it's to have a walkway installed around it with the width of x. Okay, and they show us a diagram. So let's review this diagram before we continue. So 12 meters is right here. 16 meters is the other side of the garden. All right, and then we don't know what the walkway is. The walkway is x. So that is all of these pieces. All right, together in the walkway and the garden, so we're talking about this whole picture, has an area of 396. So they want us to write an equation representing this entire diagram. So area equals length times the width. And we know that our area is 396. And I'm going to leave my length and my width blank. All right, so let's talk about the length. So let's keep it consistent, and let's say that this whole side is my length. All right, so what do we know about that side? We know that part of that side is this 12 piece. So we know that this blue part is equal to 12. All right, but what about this part and this part? What are those equal? Well, we know from the walkway that this missing piece is the same as this missing piece. And the same thing over here. So we don't know what those are, but we do know that they're called x. So when I'm talking about the entire length, I'm talking about that x, and I'm talking about that 12, and I'm talking about that x on the bottom. I'm talking about this whole thing. So x plus 12 plus x. Okay, now let me talk about the width. So if the width is this whole top piece, this whole side, right? I know part of the width is coming from this purple piece. And I know that purple piece is measured to be 16. All right, but again, I don't know this side part and this side part. But I do know that it's missing, and we're calling that x. So our our width is x plus 16 plus another x. Okay, so there we have it. There is our second equation. All right, so we are going to practice solving these now in class tomorrow. All right, just to give you a little heads up, how would I solve this, right? So first I would have to simplify. Then I have to get one side always equal to 0. And then I can choose to factor, use a graph, or use my quadratic formula. Totally up to you. All right, so we are going to practice this tomorrow, and tomorrow in class we're actually going to start by solving them. All right, so I'll see you tomorrow. If you have any questions, please always write them at the end of the video. Bye.